Hola a todos, ¿qué tal estáis? Bienvenidos a mi canal, bienvenidos a otro capítulo de Mass Effect Andromeda. Bueno, aquí estamos en el Nexus y tenemos que hablar con los que están aquí en mando por a ver qué coño ha pasado aquí. Acabamos de hablar con la Krogan y nos ha puesto un poco al día. ¿Dónde coño es esto? Uy, un montón de cosas. ¿Qué es esto de aquí? Comerciante de armas. Bueno, esto lo veremos luego. ¿Y esto? Oficina de la milicia y... Candros, vale. Hay que ir con Candros. Perdón. ¿Qué está aquí? Turiano. Pues nos ha dicho que bueno, los del clan de los Krogan se han ido y vaya historia.
Something like that?
You get used to it. Just focus on being a Pathfinder. Can't argue with results, though they'll try. Anyway, welcome to Militia HQ. Excuse the mess. This office fields militia work, Nexus security, and looking for the Turian Ark.
What's the word on the Turian Ark?
Scattered readings. Some indicate the Natanus was destroyed, others that people are alive. Who knows? If you need anything, come see me, even if
Pues
it's
vaya
just
mierda de
a bit.
datos, tío. Bienestar turiano.
Are the other Turians managing okay?
So-so. We're not good at sitting around in a crisis. Service before self gets drummed into us at boot camp. That's probably why so many of us are in the militia. We like to earn our citizenship, whatever galaxy we're in. But it's hard to focus with our arc missing.
Utilidad de la milicia.
It's rough out there. I might need backup, if you can spare the people.
I have strike teams specializing in assault and extraction. If you need serious firepower, my Apex teams have you covered. In fact, I could give you authority to dispatch them. It'll cut down their response time.
Thank you.
Our current ops are on the terminal. See if there's anything that could use a shot where it counts.
Vale. Tubel.
You talk like you weren't part of the leadership. How did you end up commanding the militia?
I was escorting a prospecting team on some moon when those Ket found us. They penned us like cattle for experiments. I managed to get loose, snatched a gun, and freed the others. By the time we killed the bastards and headed back to warn the Nexus, everyone looked at me like I was in charge.
That sounds familiar.
The militia grew from there. Funny, once the heat is on, all kinds of people rise to the top.
Es curioso porque dice que hicieron experimentos con ellos. Es como... Me recuerda a los colectores de Mass Effect 2.
What brought you out here to Andromeda?
I was tired of being the good one.
The good one?
The Kandros family is old military. There were expectations, you know. Then my sister became a sculptor and cousin Irene went pirate on Omega. Everyone was proud that I stayed in service. But I kept wondering, when do I get my adventure? Jen Garson's dream was so grand, so gutsy, I had to be part of it.
¿Y quién no? Una galaxia por explorar. Pues, tiene que molar. A ver, los Ket.
What do you know about
¿Qué
the
sabes de
enemies
esta
we've
gente?
encountered? The Ket.
We usually see them on worlds with those alien structures. The Ket don't take kindly to anyone studying them. Not sure why. They don't talk to us. Every time we cross paths, there's a fight or they take prisoners.
Why? What do they want?
No one knows. But I've seen their weaponry and what they do to those prisoners. I want them a long, long way from the Nexus.
Vale.
Bye, Kandros. Duty calls.
You and me both, Pathfinder.
Vale. Nos falta hablar con Tan. Nexus habla con la turiana desconsolada. ¿Es esta?
This is wrong. It's not right. It's not fair.
What's wrong?
Oh my, So it's true. A Pathfinder has found us. There's hope at last. Maybe you could help. You're impartial. This whole thing has gotten so political. My husband, he's locked up and slated for exile for a crime he didn't commit.
¿Cuál fue su delito?
What exactly was he convicted of?
They don't exile you for petty theft. Well, maybe this bunch would. They say it's murder. They're calling him the first murderer in Andromeda, but the dead man was his friend. He wouldn't have... There are witnesses and evidence, but it's all circumstantial. At worst, it was an accident. His name is Nilken Rensis. He could give you the details if you were willing to speak with him. Please.
Nuestra primera misión secundaria. Lo haremos. Lo haremos.
I'd be happy to.
Oh, thank you. I'm sure the jailer will allow you a visit. Please, tell Milken I love him.
Vale, primera misión secundaria, pero... Vale, tenemos que ir a... Primero quiero hablar con... Debe ser allí, ¿no? Sí. Luego hablaremos con este. Un montón de cosas aquí, tío. Hay un comerciante de armas allí, pero de momento voy a pasar. Lo haré luego. A ver, Tan, ¿dónde está? Aquí.
This is the planet where we landed. Habitat 7.
It's el
It wasn't even
Salariano.
close to livable.
That's been true of every world we found. Ryder, we were discussing your next expedition.
Y ahora.
Good. I was starting to wonder who was in charge around here.
Director Addison is entitled to her opinion, and mine overrules ours.
Does she know that?
I oversee the entire initiative, and I have decided to give you a chance to prove yourself. To that end, the Scourge dealt us a serious blow. Whatever it is, our scientists theorize it's not natural.
An artificial energy cloud?
It wasn't here when we left the Milky Way, yet it rendered all the golden worlds unlivable. Then there's the
Joder,
aliens you
todos.
ran into, the Ket. They're obsessed with alien structures we found scattered around the cluster. They'll do anything to prevent others from accessing them. It seems murder isn't exclusive to the Milky Way. And now the challenge is to settle a world in spite of all that. This one here. Eos.
How?
You need to increase the viability of the planet so we can establish an outpost. Then we can bring more colonists out of stasis. The more colonists we have, the more resources we can gather to support the Nexus. Everything depends on it. There are 6 worlds we hope to settle.
Okay. But you said every planet you found is unlivable. So, how do I...
A good Pathfinder would relish the challenge of solving it.
Right. I think I should go check on things.
And if I fail, I guess it's no sweat off your back, right? You'll just look for another Pathfinder?
Placing bets on people is part of my job. Some of them pay off. Others...
Ay, en fin. Bueno, va. Dime dónde tengo que ir.
Just point me to my ship and I'll be out of here.
They're prepping it now in the docking bay. The coordinates for Eos will be in the computer. And when you have a moment, we should discuss the missing arcs.
I was wondering about that.
Something
¿El
wrong?
implanta, quizá?
Ryder, please see me and Sam node on the Hyperion. Your implant needs attention, and we need to discuss a confidential matter.
Vale.
No, I'm fine.
Vale, hablar con la... Vale. Entonces... Tenemos un nuevo destino. Y tenemos que ir a hablar con Sam en el Hyperion. Antes que nada, quiero hablar con este tío.
Ryder, you have my condolences for your father.
I appreciate it.
I didn't know him very well, although I understand he played a key role in planning the initiative. I'm sure he'd be concerned that we still have several arcs missing.
Any idea
¿Qué le
where they
sucedió?
went?
Nothing certain, but tens of thousands of colonists are unaccounted for. It paints the initiative in an unflattering light. Did you have some other business?
Wow, vale. Papel de Tan.
As director of the initiative, are you in charge around here or what?
If the others would allow me, they don't see me as the rightful successor.
¿Por qué dudan?
What's their problem with you?
I am not Gian Garson. Our founder was charismatic, eccentric, larger than life. Traits I cannot hope to mimic. She and her inner circle perished in the Scourge, some at the
Me
hands of
extraña
the
no ver
exiles,
una líder
never
Asari.
made it out of stasis.
Ahora que lo estoy pensando.
I was deputy assistant
Están
for
hablando
revenue
de
management.
líderes y tal.
Then all 7 leaders above
Pero
me
las
died.
Asari son las más
I was
avanzadas en
left in
tecnología en
my
nuestra
field.
galaxia. Entonces, no entiendo por qué no hay ninguna Asari por aquí.
So, you're an accountant?
Bueno, quizás porque no
Don't
hay
let that
el
fool
arca
you.
que está
We
perdida,
are all
obviamente.
capable of more than we know. When I was young, I was fascinated by the idea of exploring space. Life had its detours, and I went a different direction. Then I heard about the initiative, and saw my chance to try the path not taken. While I may not be setting foot on new worlds, my authority can ensure that you do.
Right. Sorry.
Punto muerto.
So how does anything get done?
In theory, Kesh handles the Nexus's physical operations, Kandros runs the militia, and Addison manages colonial affairs. I oversee all of it. In practice, we argue, debate, and yell at each other until a decision is made. If we're lucky. It is maddening.
Viabilidad de un planeta.
What do I need to consider in making a planet viable?
Assuming the planet supports life, an outpost is critical. People like a roof over their heads, and you'll want to eliminate any hostile threats. Whether that's the cat or other terrors lurking in Helios, colonists being murdered on sight can be discouraging. Also, scouting and mapping terrain is a priority for any Pathfinder. And don't forget forward stations. You'll want those.
Estaciones de avanzada.
What can you tell me about forward stations?
I was afraid you'd ask. It's mostly what the engineers tell me. A forward station allows mining, equipment repairs, and resupply for field teams. I mean, who wouldn't want that?
Vale.
But seeing as how every colonization effort has failed, it's just theory at the moment. You get to test it out, Ryder.
Bueno, cuéntame algo de la iniciativa de Andrómeda.
What more can you tell me about the initiative?
It represents
lo
the
mismo.
greatest migration ever attempted. No one had ventured beyond the Milky Way before. We've all left home in search of freedom, fortune, perhaps a new beginning. We are the bravest souls each species has to offer. I hope the Nexus will serve as the seat of government for us all.
Ya veremos. Especies alienígenas.
It looks like a melting pot around here.
The Nexus is home to several initiative species. Many came ahead of the Arks. The hope is that this station will one day serve as the governing body in Andromeda. Though I'm not sure what they were thinking, lumping Krogan into the mix. As a Solarian, my kind tend to have a low opinion of them. Nothing I've seen here has changed that.
Normal. Antipatía por los Krogan.
Why don't you like the Krogan?
It's common knowledge that they are a violent, ignorant species. Long ago, they waged nuclear war on one another. Their planet was decimated. My people tried to uplift them, but the Krogan could never tame their worst instincts. What if they bring their tempers to Andromeda? We'll all be dead.
En parte tiene razón, ¿eh? Son una raza muy, como comentado, beligerante, entonces quizás si se les va la olla, y más con la genofagia curada, bueno, casi curada, pues se puede liar, pero bueno, ya veremos qué tal. ¿Problemas en el Nexus? Espera, ¿no había más? Vale.
It sounds like the Nexus has had a rough time of it.
Publicly, I would say we're more than up for the challenge. Privately, I can tell you, it's been a disaster. The Scourge killed hundreds, many of them our senior leadership. Even the founder of the initiative, Gian Garson, is dead.
Misterios de Habitat 7.
We came across alien technology on Habitat 7. It seemed to affect the weather. Your people know anything about that?
There have been reports. Failed scouting missions have mentioned advanced structures of unknown design. Whatever they are, they defy explanation. But with our resources stretched so tight, no one has had a chance to study them. And what if the answer was bad for morale? Suppose these things turn people into food. All we know is the cat are interested in them. I'd rather not stir things up.
Vale. Arcas desaparecidas.
Any more information you can give me on the missing arcs?
No, and that is the distressing part. The Asari, Turian, and Solarian arcs are completely unaccounted for.
Vale, no los
If
han
they had the same
encontrado.
problems with the Scourge that we did, I fear the worst. Should you find any clues, please investigate. Without the other arcs, the promise of the initiative can never be fulfilled.
¿Hay más arcas?
Are there any other arcs we should expect?
We had hoped Quarians would be part of the first wave.
Los Quarianos,
But
eso.
before departure in 2185, we got word they had technical problems with their ship. It seems they're also bringing along Drell, Hanar, and other species as well. Managing all of their biological needs caused complications. We won't see them for some time to come.
Los Quarianos son una raza que no tienen planetas, son nómadas, ¿vale? Entonces es la raza que estaba comentando antes. Por eso me extrañaba no verlos, ya que ellos no tienen planeta en la Vía Láctea, ya que son nómados, pues estaría guay que al menos dijeran, vea, chicos, id a Andrómeda y conocer un planeta que sea vuestro al menos. Pero parece ser que no vamos a verlos. Así que nada más.
That's all. Thanks for your time.
I'm happy to help. You will find our futures depend on each other's success.
Todos los Mass Effect al principio son iguales, ¿eh? Al principio es muy bla bla bla, te ponen un poco en situación, mira, ha pasado esto, ta 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 ta. Y ahora está siendo un poco duro, un poco tostón. Las cosas como son, ¿eh? Pero es lo que hay, son Mass Effect. Bueno, los juegos de BioWare, los KOTOR y tal, es lo mismo. Al principio pues te ponen un poco en situación y tal. A ver, tengo que hablar... Coño. ¿Qué pasa, tío?
Hey, you okay?
I'm fine. My arms got the brunt of it.
Stuff exploding like this happen often?
Back right after the mutiny, we had a lot of this happening. But not lately.
I wasn't there during the mutiny.
Lucky. I thought we were done with this, honestly. That maybe I was just being paranoid.
¿Por qué paranoico?
What is there to be paranoid about?
We've had 3 malfunctions in the past week.
That's not good.
Que sea
Sorry,
intencionado.
understatement.
Yeah. And now I have more repairs.
¿Los
Did you
denunciado?
talk to security about this?
How can I? For all I know, someone in security is the one doing this. I've scanned all the potential sabotage areas I can think of. But I don't know who to trust anymore.
Sounds like a lot went down before the Hyperion docked.
Yeah, I guess. Wait. That's it. You can't possibly be involved in this. You weren't even here during the
Pues no toca
mutiny.
investigarlo.
Would you, if you have time? Maybe you could help me. If they start hitting critical systems.
¿Por qué no? Obviamente.
Sure thing.
Estamos aquí
What can I
para
do?
echar una mano.
If you could scan these other panels while I fix this one, that'd really help. I've sent the locations to your Omni tool. Just send me the data when you're done.
Vale. A ver, sabotaje en la estación. Investiga el centro de operaciones. Investiga la sala... Se ha ido. A ver, ¿dónde está eso? ¿En el diario? No. Sí, diario. No. Vale, aquí. Hay 2. Tengo sabotaje en la estación y primer asesinato. Tengo estas 2 aquí. Vamos a hacer esta, que es la que nos han dado antes, la de el marido de la Turiana. Vamos a hacer esta. Vale. El guardia de la prisión. Y el guardia de la prisión está ahí. Creo que no me queda nadie con quien hablar, ¿no? Nos han dado un nuevo destino, un planeta. Tengo que ir a hablar con Sam para arreglar el implante de la cabeza que no va muy bien. Y hablar de algo privado. Y de momento tengo estas 2 misiones secundarias por aquí. A no ser que haya algo más. Ah, vale, tarea. Hablo con los científicos. Y lo del sabotaje. Sabotaje. Oficina de Cash. Quizá me manda algo. Vale. No he vuelto a hablar con Cash. Voy a hablar con ella. A ver si me da alguna misión nueva. Hola.
Pathfinder.
Ah, pues no. Pues nada.
Nothing more for now.
See you later.
Pues
I'll
no.
check it out myself as soon as I have a moment. Move on to the docks for now.
Pensaba que nos haría algo. Joder. Vale, tengo que hablar con el guardia este, ¿no? Sargento Acker.
Help you?
Pathfinder Ryder, here to see Nilken Renson.
Ah, our murderer. Wife's here all the time. Guess she told you her sob story. Nilken, you're moving up in the world. There's a Pathfinder wanted to chat with you.
The Pathfinder, huh? They called in the big guns to exile Andromeda's first murderer.
No estoy aquí por eso.
I'm not here to exile you. Told your wife I'd look into things.
At this point, it's too late. They found me guilty.
Why don't you tell me what happened?
I was part of the futile effort to set up a colony on Eos. We were on our last legs, overrun by hostiles, our leader dead.
En Eos es donde tenemos que ir nosotros.
My friend, he refused to call for evacuation. I argued with him. Everyone saw.
So when he
¿Cómo
was
muerto?
killed, people assumed you did it?
For good reason. He ordered us to regroup and counterattack. We were moving through a sandstorm. I saw movement, thought it was the cat, and I guess I panicked and fired. Witness
Se fue un
saw the
accidente.
chief's
Ah,
chest
exacto.
explode.
Fue un accidente, ¿no?
Sounds like an accident.
That's what I told them. But I was enraged when we argued. There's a recording. It's ugly. Everyone's certain I did it on purpose so we could evacuate. Only my word otherwise.
¿Y puedo escuchar la grabación o algo?
I'll check out the evidence. Maybe something doesn't add up.
It'd be nice to have someone with an open mind looking at it. You're a Pathfinder. I'm sure Kandros would give you access. Maybe there's still hope.
Vale, entonces discutieron y por alguna razón el tío disparó y le dio en el pecho. Fue un accidente. Ya veremos. Vamos a ver las pruebas. Comerciantes de armas. Hay dos. Escopeta. Fusil. Qué guay. Una cuchilla. ¿Cuánta pasta tengo? Hostia, 170. Bueno, no tengo pasta para nada, tío. Estoy súper pobre. Ah, mira, vender toda la chatarra. Ah, vale, ganancia total. Vale, genial, ¿no? Confirmar intercambio. Sí. Vale. Vale, esto ya es diferente. Pero igualmente no hay nada, ¿no? Es que no tengo... Mira, un francotirador, un viper... Vale, de momento nada. Voy tirando bien. A ver, las pruebas. Habla con Kandros. Kandros... A ver.
No news on the Turian arc yet? Or is this militia business?
Caso de asesinato.
I spoke with Nilken Rensis, the man found guilty of the murder on Eos.
Yes, our first murder here in Andromeda. I wish it had been our last. When the colony attempts failed, it didn't help spirits that a high-ranking officer was killed by one of our own. The mutiny here on Nexus was probably inevitable, but this acted as a spark.
So there was a trial and he was found guilty?
It was short and decisive. Despite the lack of physical evidence, everything added up. His only defense was, trust me, I didn't mean to do it.
¿Y no le creísteis?
And you assume he's lying?
What's a lie to a murderer? Look, knock yourself out. A key witness, Cassidy Shaw, works in operations. Go ahead and talk to her. And there's a recording of the perpetrator threatening the victim. I'll let you cue it up on the console there. As far as I'm concerned, this case is closed.
Bye, Kandros. Duty calls.
You and me both, Pathfinder.
Pero hay que hablar con... Reproduce la grabación. Está... Ah, ¿y esto qué es? Voy a
This
mirar.
console reports on the militia's current strike team missions, Pathfinder. Please speak with Tyrion Kandros for authorization to participate.
Ah, vale. Luego. Mierda, me ha cambiado la... El seguimiento. Vale. Vale, ahora sí. A ver, grabación.
The Nexus versus Colonist Nilken, Evidence 7A.
Hiram! Hiram! They've seized the compound! Call for evacuation!
We're not giving up, Nilken. We're taking it back.
No! I'm not letting your ego get us killed! Even if I have to...
No! Get him off me! Get him off me!
¿Ya está? Por una mierda.
Notice the handoff there. Too small for lizards.
Ah, mira, que salía.
There's also Purvine in the seed bank.
Nobody's making Creeper in Andromeda.
You'd be surprised.
¿Vamos con Liam o qué?
Pathfinder, no time for our beer yet. This place is a mess. Security.
Para la cerveza, joder, tío, si aquí todo el mundo se muere de hambre. ¿Tú quieres beber birra?
I can believe it. The Nexus is running on empty.
Not just that. A lot of the exiles were security. Everyone was trained and armed for Frontier. We know Cat are dangerous, and now we have to worry about our people too. No idea where they went, but they left mad.
Vamos a dar una oportunidad.
They were frustrated. If they just wanted to kill, they could have fought to the last here.
Apparently we're the big hope for everyone. Not the Hyperion showing. Just us. I'm with you. It's just... a lot.
Ya. Nos recuperaremos, tío.
As
Tranquilo.
long as the
Todo
Nexus
saldrá
is
bien.
here, as long as we're here, we have a job to do.
Double down crisis mode. I can do that. We can do that. Ready and willing, Pathfinder.
Vale. A ver, tenemos que hablar con... Show, ¿no? Show. Me recuerda a la doctora Show de Mass Effect. La saga original, ¿puede ser? Cassidy Show.
Cassidy Shaw? I'm Scott Ryder. I'm looking into the Nilken murder case.
Oh man, I thought that was over with. Have you heard the audio recording of their fight?
Yes.
I helped pull him off Chief Reynolds. You could see it in his eyes. He was gonna kill him. Then in the sandstorm, I had a pretty clear view of the Chief. He looked right at Nilken and shouted no. Then his chest burst open. I'll never forget it. The look on his face was pure shock.
¿Por qué se siempre el jefe?
If they'd fought and Nilken threatened to kill him, why was Reynolds surprised?
Fronts fight, say things they don't mean, maybe even hurt each other. But you don't expect your best friend to shoot you. To me, that's the saddest part. The Chief's heart was broken right before it exploded.
¿Y se arrepintió?
Did Nilken seem remorseful?
I lost sight of Nilken in the turmoil. When we found him, he seemed in shock. He couldn't speak. He looked nauseated. Could have been killed. The reality of the act sinking in.
¿Había un cat allí?
Did you see any cat in the vicinity?
Nilken said so, but not that I could see. Still, the sandstorm was severe. Visibility wasn't great.
¿Tú estás de acuerdo con el jefe?
Reynolds was leading you back to retake the compound. Did you agree with that?
It wasn't my place to agree or disagree. He was ranking officer. In retrospect, it is ironic. If he hadn't been killed, we all probably would have died.
Vale, gracias.
I appreciate the information.
Of course. It kills me we had to leave him behind. He deserved a proper funeral.
So the body was never examined? Important piece of a murder investigation.
Tian wouldn't allow a mission to go back for him. Said it was too dangerous.
Vale, pero con Tan. Tan...
Engineering reports. Hyperion power draw is now at 100%.
Tan, ¿dónde está Tan? ¿Aquí? Sí.
Something I can help you with?
La acusación contra
I'm looking
Nika.
into the Nilken Rensis murder charge.
And?
I want to go to EOS and retrieve Chief Reynolds' body.
That isn't usually Pathfinder business.
First murder in Andromeda, and I'm impartial. Figured you'd want to get it right.
Settling an outpost comes first. But I suppose I have no objections. Physical evidence will only bolster the case.
Vale, perfecto.
The more certain we can be, the better.
All right, but let's keep it quiet. I don't want people thinking we're reopening the case. I hope anything you find reaffirms what's been done, but if it sheds a different light, we'll deal with it. We'll send the coordinates of the murder scene. Good luck.
Perfecto. Entonces la misión esta sigue en el planeta Ios este donde tenemos que ir.
That's all. Thanks for your time.
Vale, por ahora esta misión secundaria está terminada por aquí. ¿Vale? Hay que investigar las pruebas del asesinato. Entonces, ¿qué más tenemos? Teníamos... atrás. Operaciones prioritarias, tareas adicionales. Esto ya está hecho. Sabotaje en la estación, vale. Hay que hacer esta. Vamos a ver si encontramos algo. A ver, investiga el centro de operaciones que está aquí. Vale. Que hay algo.
Pathfinder, to cover their tracks, the saboteur is overloading power to this panel from another junction relay. You can scan and trace the connective wiring to locate the surrogate panel.
Vale, por el secundario. Vale, el secundario... Porque por aquí no sigue, ¿no? No. Vale, pues vamos a ver. Está arriba. Está arriba. Aquí está.
Scanning power junction relays. This panel is malfunctioning. Without more data, I cannot determine if this is a normal malfunction or sabotage.
I'll just disable power to the panel until Raj can check it out.
Vale, esto está bien. Entonces, centro de operaciones y de la milicia. La operación estaba abajo. ¿O estaba aquí? No, estaba abajo. Esto es la milicia. Vale, aquí hay otro panel. ¿Está? Este petado porque sí. Y centro de operaciones, que está arriba, ¿no? Ah, no, está ahí. Uy. ¿Qué? ¿Qué hay aquí? Creo que es arriba, ¿eh? ¿O no? No, me está marcando aquí abajo. Sí, sí. Debe ser... Ah, es esto, vale.
Scan and trace the wiring to locate the panel that the saboteur used.
Vale, hay que encontrar el panel que usó el saboteador. Que eso está en el otro lado. Donde está la Krogan. Y por aquí... Es este, ¿no?
Pathfinder, I received the data from Sam. It really is sabotage.
Sabotaje.
Any idea as to who it might be?
Yeah. All these panels were worked on by Zara. I just can't believe it.
Security video logs confirm that Zara Kellis worked on these panels, as well as the one Raj Patil encountered.
Well, shit. Any idea where she is now?
Kellis is currently working on a panel on the Hyperion main deck.
Hostia. Mierda. Planta cara saboteador en el Hyperion. Vale, no tenemos nada más que hacer aquí, ¿no? Tengo que proceder. Aquí tengo tarea, conoce el Nexus, hablo con los científicos. Hablo con los científicos. Con estos no he hablado. Vamos a hablar con ellos. Y creo que ya no nos queda hacer nada aquí en el Nexus.
But the planet was toxic. What if they store oxygen in porous tissue, like Quiro's rockfish?
I still reckon they had breather gear stowed in that armor.
Perhaps both. Life is infinitely adaptable, as our expedition proves.
You must be the Pathfinder. Wonderful. You and your Sam are exactly what we need.
Thanks, Mr.
Professor Herrick, my colleagues and I will work with your Sam and the data you gather to solve Andromeda's scientific mysteries.
¿Y vuestra especialidad?
What fields do you study?
Eric's into life sciences. I do planetary geology, oceanography, rocks and runoff. Aradana's the space and math whiz.
Not that we've had much to study, with everyone cooped up for 14 months.
But your data on the Scourge flows like poetry. Now we can better advise on repairing the damage it caused.
And maybe Addison will give us a real workspace. Who can think with all this racket?
Puntos de habilidad más 3. Vale. Ah, he subido de nivel. Vale, vale. Profesora dirá, ¿se puede hablar con todos ellos? No.
Pathfinder, those bioscans are superb. Could you gather more for our comparative conservation effort?
Son interesantes. Yo lo hago todo.
Ah, my thesis is on the console there. Broad strokes, we're comparing and preserving organisms from both galaxies. If you donate more bioscans and samples to the catalog, I can get you a finder's fee. Tempted?
Vale. Recolectar, ¿no? Accedo al terminal. Que eso está... Mantení para seguir. Accedo al terminal, este de aquí. Está hecho polvo, tío. Salen chispas. Vale, ya que nosotros somos por definición una especie invasiva en Andrómeda, debemos ser cautos a la hora de dejar nuestra impronta inevitable y debemos conservar todo lo que sustituyamos. El cúmulo de Leus representa un desafío inesperado. Llegamos con bancos de semillas y de ADN para asegurarnos de preservar la biodiversidad de la Vía Láctea, pero este cúmulo se encuentra devastado por la miasma y su peculiar flora y fauna se ven amenazados por su turbulencia. Esto también requiere un esfuerzo de conservación, vale. Pues ya está. Escanea, vale. Fauna salvaje de Andrómeda. Vale, eso supongo que será yendo a planetas y tal, que escaneando y todo eso. Vale, nada más, ¿no? Y el jefe Lucan.
Hi, Pathfinder. Want to hit some rocks for science?
Vale, pues sí, súper divertido, pero vale, nada me apetecería más.
Absolutely. What do you need?
Sam and I used your scans and made a VI for geophysics surveys. Beta builds on the console there. Test it out in the field, and I'll wrangle you a consultant's bonus from Director Addison. How's that sound?
Vale, acceder al terminal, que el terminal está en... ahí también. Es esta, ¿no? Tengo dos. Vale, notas dos parches, perfecciona la conexión, de omni herramientas, tratado de mínimo, ajustado, bla 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 bla. Vale. Supongo que están las dos aceptadas, ¿no? Escanea minerales, vale. Y la doctora Adriana, no puedo hablar con ella. Ah, sí.
Pathfinder, we've had some trouble.
Anything I can help with?
Perhaps. I discharged an away team to get readings from a section of the Scourge that was behaving anomalously. They haven't reported in for some time, and sensors can't locate their shuttle. I sent them out there. Good, dedicated people. I fear what might have happened to them.
Ten fe, venga.
Don't give up hope. When I'm out there, I'll see if I can find them.
Vale.
Their friends and family will want to know what's happened, and I need to know.
Vale, búsqueda científica desaparecida, que esa seguramente está en IO, ¿no? Científicos desaparecidos, desaparecida, bla 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 bla. La doctora Adriana ha enviado un equipo a estudiar la miasma. No han dado señales de vida, se teme lo peor y te ha pedido que averigues qué les ha sucedido. Vale, pues ya está. Tenemos un comienzo mejor, ¿cuál es? Habla con Sam, bala en el Hyperion, primer golpe, hay que hablo con Candos en el Nexo a través del Bitcom de la Tempest. ¿La Tempest? Ah, la Tempest es la nave pequeña, que aún no hemos estado. Tareas adicionales, que es la que estoy siguiendo yo ahora. Vale. ¿Qué más? Misiones completadas fuera. Cometidos de Leus, Nexus. Primer asesinato, ya nos faltan cosas aún. Y el sabotaje... Ah, nos falta el sabotaje, vale, estabas haciendo el sabotaje. Que el sabotaje... Creo que hay que ir... al Hyperion, ¿no? Tiene toda la pinta. Ha dicho que la sabotadora estaba en el Hyperion. Creo. Pues he entendido yo. Uy, que es por abajo. Es por aquí. Uy, Cora, ¿qué tal? ¿Qué me cuentas?
Hey there.
You okay? Those guys really grilled you.
Ya ves.
And Addison. First Pathfinder they've seen in over a year. All she can do is question your competence?
Sí, es comprensivo. Es normal.
She understands the stakes. If I fail, we...
You won't.
Let's hope not.
You won't. That's the end of it. I
Y
worked
punto.
out logistics with Director Tan. They're giving us a ship and crew. He said their best is taking care of it.
Perfecto.
I still need to head back to the Ark and check in with Sam.
Sounds good. While you're there, maybe see how your
Es
sister's
verdad.
doing.
A ver cómo está Sara. Y nada más, volvemos al Hyperion. Y bueno, mucho bla bla bla, ¿no? Bla bla bla, bla bla bla, bla bla. Este capítulo ha sido un poco aburrido. Pero bueno, vamos a dejarlo aquí. A ver si se anima un poco más la cosa después. Así que es que es normal, ¿eh? O sea, yo lo comprendo. O sea, los KOTOR, los anteriores Mass Effect, que son de BioWare, son lo mismo. O sea, es mucho bla bla bla, hablar, decepciones, un poco conocer el tema. Pero no es normal. Luego seguramente cuando bajemos a Io, pues ahí tenemos, aparte de mirar si el planeta es habitable, hay que mirar el cadáver del tío que asesinó, bueno, que está muerto, no sé si es asesinato o no, fue un accidente o no. Buscar piedras y plantas y más cosillas que tenemos cosas por hacer. Bueno chicos, lo dejo aquí y nos veremos en el siguiente capítulo. Así que hasta luego, adiós.